Hello, my friend. Welcome to this Christmas episode of the Disgruntled Italian. Today we are going to talk about my opinion of how Trump may proceed to take the power as a dictator or as a king. Take your pick. So I will start, as I have some note here with me. I will start with point A, where it was in 2016 when he became president, won the election, and it just decided to run his presidency the way he wanted to run, regardless of the Constitution or wherever the rule of law dictate for every single action that the president takes. So he won. Why? He won because COVID, mainly another bad decision. So he won the presidency. I will pick my note, I apologize. And as it failed really on most of his project, there was also contemplated by the MAGA, call it organization, I don't know, maybe. With that one, ended up losing the election of the 2020, where Biden won the presidency there. And it seems like maybe to them, or I'm imagining, that all was lost. In reality, it was a blessing in disguise, because they had all the time for a year to learn how the government fights any internal attack to try to change things radically from one government system to another government system, and they did learn it. So what the credit to them, everyone probably do the same thing in their position, because a lot is in stake. At the second stage, which it's my point B as the second stage, is that will start on January 20, 2025. In reality, started already. Why? Because we know what is done. Had been actually, as soon as he finished his presidency terms of 2016 to 2020, 2016 and 2020, we already were bombarded on television, on the media, and on newspaper, on the internet, with his image everywhere for 4 years. That's all they did is what we saw as was Trump, Trump, Trump. That it's all, my dear friend, it's all free advertising for him. Don't matter if it was for something negative or something positive. Important that his face was on the screen. And that worked. Maybe wasn't the only reason why, but it worked. Because it's also make us thinking that we are always we always have him as a president or a surrogate of a president. Well, in reality, Biden had a vice president, it's a very effective one. So he also decided to take some trips overseas, which the last one, or one of the last one, was the one of representing United States to the opening of the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, where dignitary was over there. And I don't understand why he was over there. I would have more likely seen President Biden, or maybe because he scheduled Vice President Kamala. And none of them. I don't understand it. And so we gave some more boost to Trump. Okay, he is now the president to be. Fine. But not quite yet. Therefore, it's like, why him? The European political theater, it's a very important one. Very, very important one. And especially now with the war in Ukraine by the aggressor Putin, that is representing Russia, because I don't think the Russian people really, they are too crazy about the war, but that's a whole different thing. And we go to they're all his acolytes right now. They're all running and try to get the best position in the administration. How many are they really qualified for those jobs? And why? Why? That is even a very important question. Why Trump is taking people that he knows they're not qualified? That's not the way things get changed. You gotta give it some qualification to these people, not just because they are rich. Otherwise, this is gonna be, and it's obvious to, not just to me, but to a lot of other people, it's gonna be an oligarchic government, even though to a certain point it was even previous the Trump era, but it wasn't so obvious. It wasn't so disproportionate in compare with the people, the richness of the super rich and their power they acquired. No, it was more of America. That experiment that it was working for well over 200 years, 240, 250 years as of recent. So why? I think, and it's been said around, that the reason is that they like to have yes men. Now, is that going to work? Probably at the beginning, when he's been his first day at the White House, and all these yes men, they all say, oh, yes, 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 Mr. President, and so on. And wherever he say it goes. But that's like, how shall I describe? Like an honeymoon, the famous, otherwise called 100 days governance from the beginning. Well, that's not the right way of doing it. Now, we have now Elon Musk for a non-existing office of branch of the government for efficiency. Well, that's a slap in the face of all the other people that they work for so many years by doing so already. Why do we need a super rich that is telling us, oh, you gotta sacrifice because at the beginning it will be hard? Well, my man Elon Musk, you have $300 billion. Why don't you help? Huh? That doesn't sound too good, isn't it? Okay. So, this point in time, I would say, is not qualified for any government job. He made big money. To me, it's because he was at the right time, at the right place, and with some level of intelligence, he made some good decision. That's it. It's got nothing to do with experience or modus operandi. That is, he's got help from the government itself that he now thinks is not good, getting all this big contract in the billions of dollars. Well, I suppose some people, they can spit on the dish that they eat. Oh, now I'm getting disgruntled, see? Okay, so let's go over here. It says, well, when we'll be able to, okay, so actually one already here. Even today, with the war in Europe, I said it in the previous episode, what it might be the outcome. Today, I can say that with Trump in the White House, all the signs are that it's not going to be good for President Zelensky. And Putin is at one smile that goes from one left ear to the right ear. That's how big is the smile. Even though there is a deceptive move that sent it to the American people that this is going to be a good president. A character doesn't change overnight. Yes, we are not like animals. We have our brain. We can reasoning. But at a certain point, it always fall on the same routine, the way of thinking, the way of acting, because that's how each individual is. It's no different. So why should I believe or what they try to convey now, which I know is going to change, as soon as Trump is going to see that Washington is prepared for it through his manipulation, just like just like Putin did. Putin, after Yeltsin fell off power, he took her over. Well, he also pushed him, but that's a different story. We know all this. I know that. Some other people know that. I don't know if it's of public consumption, but he backstabbed him when he found the right time to do it, and he took the power. So Mr. Putin Mr. Putin on those days, he kept everything quiet, didn't make many changes, and he took his time to do that. Why? Because he was observing how the event in the world it was going to go, and how the nations are going to align with each other, and also have a feel of the Russian people, how he was being received by the same Russian people. So, and then he started to make his moves. Now, we know that these moves are not like peaceful. We have the Wagner mercenary in Africa fighting left and right. There was Russian. We have all these Stan nation with their name that end in Stan, like Afghanistan, that was before Putin, but he quashed quite a few of them very brutally. And in Syria, he had the guy that just left. What's his name? That Assad. He left. He helped him out to stay in power by making really war crimes, killing people and all that. And now he's repeating again the same thing in Ukraine. What does it take to stop him? Nothing. But that's how he got from the beginning to this point. Stay and be quiet. So that's what Trump is going to do. The same thing. It's like his body. So he knows, and if he gets something, his body is going to remind him anyway. So let's hope that someday we still speak English in the White House. So that is my feelings. I hope I am wrong all the way, but I don't know. I take my lesson from history. Okay? So, now, in all this, obviously Trump didn't get to this point alone. He had plenty of help. Most of it by the very, very rich people from behind the scene. So for all these people, especially the one in Wall Street where big money moves around and all these super rich, beware what you ask for it, because you might get it. Someday, you might have to say, or even sooner, yes to Trump, to wherever he says that you have to do, like it or not. And that is when probably at the end you're going to be fed up. That's where the honeymoon is going to end. So that he got to that point, yes, he will. And after that, it's anyone's guess. So my suggestion, in order to avoid all this where I see gloom and doom, let's go to vote in 2026 and let's get the majority on the chamber and on the Senate. With that one, Trump is going to be greatly diminished in power, and we maybe can put this country back in track, the way it used to be the good old days. Some people, they say, oh, there was corrupt too. Yes, power is corrupt, okay, and absolute power, absolutely corrupt. So there is no escaping of that until we may get, hopefully, another Abraham Lincoln. Who knows? Let's hope so. And this is what I like. Now, I just heard last night from the Italian news that they all hope that Italy becomes a much more involved conversationally with the United States. Well, I hope so, even though in Italy we have a woman prime minister, Giorgia Meloni, which is come directly, and this is not a joke, directly from the party of Mussolini. So, but see, the political structure and the government structure in Italy is different than this one. It's very difficult that it will become a dictatorship in Italy. Always a chance, obviously. We are all human. But very, very much more proof, anti-dictatorship. So that is good, I think. So a conversation, it might keep certain guideline, who knows. But that's a little note on the side on all this. So we talked also a little bit about the 9 kings in the Supreme Court, which 9 of them, 6 are completely off place, okay? Completely. They try occasionally because they know their credibility and they are being accepted by the American people depend on what they decide. To me, they were not designed to change the law or to do other things more, how should I say, more important to change the law. But here is one thing that I wish they do not do by changing the law, is tell the Congress what to do. No, they just have to find what they think is wrong with the law and send it back to Congress so that they can fix what they believe is wrong. So that's all. Nothing else. Not taking gift, nothing. All that one, to me, it lost. To me, lost credibility. It's now about, I will say, 10, 12 years or so that I say that the Supreme Court, to receive some credibility back, has to be expanded to 13. Just like Jesus Christ's disciples. Are you say in English? Do you have to apologize for my accent? My accent is terrible, I know. But I like to give my ideas where I think from history, from also my family own history under a dictatorship. So, and I felt compelled to tell the American the danger that it's looming on the horizon. That's all. So this, I would have much more to say, but I know I don't want to bore you. Next year I'll start to give it pieces by piece again. But this is how Trump, just in a nutshell, this is how Trump is going to get to the total power. And then the title, it doesn't matter. It can be dictator, it can be king, emperor, president, name it wherever you want. Where it's important, where is the substance, it's what he's doing. So he's going to become the one that have all the power in his hand. That's what it's all about. And he will do it. Done before, in history in 3 stages. The first stage, it will be like failing. Second stage is like constructing, going through, and immediately, either at the end of the second stage or preparing for the third stage, it will be the consolidation of power. And after that one, no one can tell them what to do. So we are in the second stage here. So we have to make sure we don't go to the third stage, because third stage is done. Second stage, thank God, we have a midterm election. That's where we can stop everything. So please, let's do that. Okay. So now we are going to go into a brief 1-minute recess. Thank you, and we'll see you soon. Don't go away, please.
Wow, Sinatra.
Hello, welcome back to the Disgruntled Italian. I would like to go back a minute to what I just said, because I didn't really mention one thing, at least very important, which is, at a certain point, where is Trump's best moves to concentrate all the power on his hand? Which is, first, he will probably will be abolishing or limiting the freedom of press. Limiting more likely than abolishing, because abolishing, it could be a little too traumatic for the society. Limiting, yes, because it's easier to control. Then it will be the elimination of the FBI, or like that guy that he might get the office, hope the Senate open their eyes. He wants to make a museum out of the FBI. Geez, to me sounds like almost a paraphrasing of that they will say, I'm going to abolish the FBI. So the next question is, and then who's going to make sure the orderly life of people around the nation and all that? Who's going to make sure that everything goes smoothly, goes okay, if the FBI is not around? That will be the next step. The next step, it will be like militarizing the police. Today is just like a hint, by giving them the SWAT team, giving them those weapons and all that. That's the beginning. Now the militarization will become as police working 7/24 for 365 days, and they're going to do, aside the official job of keeping an orderly society, it will be also doing the dirty work, of Trump's dirty works. Then it will be the elimination of the unions. At that point in time, they're going to think, Trump and his acolyte, they're going to think, well, who needs the union? We decide what to do and how much they get. So there will be the elimination of the union, and the control of the financial institution. That's why I gave a warning to the CEOs to watch what you're asking for, that you might get it. Okay? So those are the things that they really, really, they were close to my heart, that I wanted to tell you people. Aside the fact that some people still don't know why Biden lost the debate with Trump. He actually didn't really lose it. He was coming from a rally, and he was under the weather, and for a 80 years old man, it's two factors very important. That doesn't disqualify him to be again the next president. But evidently, a lot of Democrats got cold feet. And they did. Biden, in spite of everything, used his wisdom to diminish the damage that all these Democrats were doing out of fear. So, first of all, picked Kamala Harris, and I think she's very effective, very good, and the debate it was with Trump, it was like beautiful. It was the district attorney debating the convicted criminal. That is staying in history. I love that. I love that. If we have planned it, wouldn't have happened. But that's okay. That's good. So she, in the very little amount of time that she had, she did excellent, extremely well. That well that I will say that she should be into the group of people they're going to try for the 2028, which are like also the governor of California, like the Governor Walz. I'd like to see those people give it the shot, because I think they're good, honest people with their constituency and the whole population at large in their mind, not themselves. Okay, so having said that, I would like to give it a little bit of a Christmas undertone here, which is I'd like to take a small, quick review of this year past. And as I done that, I would like to thank you, all my friends from Italy. I will say, after this one, I will say it in Italian. After my friends in Italy that I am in continuously contact with them, they are great. I love them all. We know each other since we were little kid. And I'd like to help all the people in the company and that I work, that I know here in United States. Without them, I wouldn't be here now. I like to thank my people at heart, the technician of Saugus television. They are great people. I love them all. And particularly, I like to thank Maureen to make it possible for me to do a cooking show that I loved it. Maureen, you're a great girl. I like it. So out of this one, now I'm going to speak in Italian. So that's for my Italian friends. Ciao ragazzi, come state? Tutti i coscritti, gli amici, vi ringrazio. È un piacere per me stare con voi, anche se soltanto nell'etere. Antonio, tu che hai creato quel gruppo di persone, i 48ini, ti ringrazio, è stata un'idea geniale. Ringrazio tutti coloro che partecipano, ragazzi e ragazze. Beh, non siamo più ragazzi e ragazze, ma perché no? Ci possiamo ancora chiamare ragazzi e ragazzi, non fa male a nessuno. Ok? Mi dispiace per coloro i quali non ci sono più. E anche altre persone in Italia. Il sindaco di Cameri, un'ottima persona, fa delle cose molto buone, sono contento. Vi auguro un buon Natale, buone feste, buon anno, che tutto ciò che sia andato bene in quest'anno, che si migliori o vada bene nel prossimo anno. Perciò grazie a tutti, vi ringrazio tanto. Ciao, ciao. And this this is the last thank you for all the people that somehow they got to somehow help me out here in United States. All my family, my aunt, my cousins, my wife's families, they are very nice. I like to have them more and more, but everyone have their own life to live. So I wish all of them Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday, and be always who you are, because you are the best, all of them, none excluded. Thank you. Arrivederci, qui è Disgruntled Italian, che vi augura buon Natale, buone feste, Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday to all of you. Thank you for watching me. Until next time, this is the Disgruntled Italian. My name is Ercole. Arrivederci.